week's chapter of Bleach, Yoruichi and Askin Nakk Le Vaar become Thunder Buddies for life. Yoruichi, how you always make me manage to fall in love with you every single time you're in a chapter astonishes me. This week's chapter of Bleach was pretty damned exciting with lots of crazy explosions and amazing fighting choreography, and yet still, Askin Nakk Le Vaar is still asking, "Please sir, may I have another?" At the end of the day, however, this is still a pretty simple chapter of Bleach, which I know is not too mind-blowing, but still it's awesome, especially because it all opens up with Yoruichi using her God Thunder abilities, just completely annihilating Askin Nakk Le Vaar in the landscape all around her. I especially love the shots of all of the different lightning clouds just crashing into the earth and just destroying everything. It's a really great visual. Not to mention Yoruichi also looks awesome with the electricity actually going through her hair, almost looking like a very playful lightning demon. Things start to get a little more lighthearted, however, when we get the return of Yushiro, who returns to want to impress his sister. And yes, it is still pretty ridiculous that this very feminine-looking character is actually a boy. This is something that Askin learns in this week's chapter, and he ends up learning the hard way, because as goofy and ridiculous and slapsticky as Yushiro is in this chapter, he can really bring the pain. He has this one attack, which is basically just a big explosive punch. Hell yeah! And as powerful as this ability is, as much as it actually does impress his sister Yoruichi, Askin Nakk Le Vaar is just fine. In fact, he's actually used this attack to his advantage because of his crazy chemical composition body. He's able to sort of break this explosion down, and now it seems as if nothing is going to be able to stop him, except for probably some sort of badass trump card from the Shihon brother and sister. So what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Bleach? This was a very fun, action-packed, and very funny chapter of Bleach. What I really loved about this one is that Yushiro just sort of came in out of nowhere and immediately broke the tension. The way he interacts with his sister is really funny, especially when he tries to grab her behind and she literally just bends backwards, slamming her head right into his just to knock him out. There's some great slapstick humor from these characters. Not to mention we got to see Ichigo, Inoue. Ichigo actually had a line of dialogue this week, even though it's basically just him letting Yoruichi know that it's okay, stay here, take care of this guy, join us later. But still, she was awesome this week, especially in the beginning. Just the overall look of her character, how she almost looks like she's really enjoying herself, and just the look of the lightning going through her hair looked really cool. Lots of destruction, lots of great dialogue, lots of slapstick in this week's chapter. I really loved it. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Everybody seems to be sort of ragging on Bleach at the moment because it certainly is taking a long time to wrap up its finale, but for the time being, I'm just going to kick back, relax, smell the roses, and enjoy the awesome epicness of this battle right here. We're not even going to the whole, like, Gerard Valkyrie thing yet, and I'm not even disappointed because of how much I actually did enjoy this chapter. I thought when Yushiro showed up, it was just going to be a complete joke for the rest of the chapter, but when he finally unleashed that big technique with the big explosion, I was pretty damn satisfied this week. So, very simple, really cool action artwork, lots of funny moments. This was a very solid chapter of Bleach that any Bleach fan should definitely check out. Now, I really like this chapter and I have no complaints, and if any of you guys watch my reviews, you know that means I'm going to give this week's chapter a 5 out of 5. I really liked it. I think this was a great singular read, and I can't wait to see where it's going with Askin Nakk Le Vaar's abilities. That being said, I want to hear from you guys. Did you read this week's chapter of Bleach? Did you have a favorite scene from this week's chapter? Maybe a favorite action moment? Who do you think is going to be able to finish off Askin Nakk Le Vaar? Please tell me in the comment section below, and make sure to tell me what you want to see from the last arc of Bleach. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like it. It would really help us out a lot. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate that. And you guys can also follow us on social media. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby!